People reveal themselves when they no longer need you. Let that sink in. Not only when life going their way, not when they trying to earn your trust, not when they asking for favors, when they no longer need you. That's when the mask start coming off. That's when effort changes. That's when communication changes. That's when you find out whether the relationship was built on appreciation or convenience. I think we all experienced it. Somebody calls you every week because they need advice. They need a ride. They need a favor. They need your support. They need your time. And you there. You answer the phone. You show up. You give. You pour into them. Then one day, they get what they were chasing. The job, the relationship, the opportunity, the recognition, and suddenly you don't hear from them anymore. Now let's be clear. People get busy, life changes, responsibilities grow. This ain't about expecting someone to call you every single day. This is about recognizing the difference between a relationship and a transaction. See, relationships don't end when the benefit changes. Now, transactional ones usually do. Now, here's something I learned. See, some people don't value, they just value what you can do for them. You know it's a difference, right? They value your advice, your platform, your connections, your generosity, your resources, your availability. But if you remove all that, would they still choose you? That's the question. Because the strongest relationships ain't built on usefulness. They built on mutual respect, mutual care, mutual investment. Think about your own life. Who checks on you when they don't need anything? Who calls you just to see how you doing? Who celebrates your wins without making it about themselves? Who supports you even when there ain't nothing in it for them? Who supports you even when there's nothing in it for them? Those people are rare. Protect those relationships because they're priceless. One of the biggest mistakes we make is confusing access with loyalty. Just because somebody been around you for years don't mean they truly for you. Time don't automatically create depth. Sometimes it just creates familiarity. You can know somebody for 20 plus and still only have a surface level relationship. Then you meet someone new and within the year they showing you way more loyalty, honesty and consistency than someone you've known your whole life. Why? Because loyalty isn't measured by time. It's measured by character. Here's another uncomfortable truth. Sometimes people only appreciate your presence when they're missing your help. Read that again. Some people don't miss you, they miss what you did for them. Now those are completely two different things. That's why it's important to separate gratitude from dependency. Now don't get me wrong, helping people is a beautiful thing. Be generous, be kind, be supportive. But don't build your identity around being needed. Because if your value depends on being useful, you'll eventually feel empty when people stop asking. Your worth has to exist beyond usefulness. You valuable because who you are, not because of what you provide. Now let's flip the conversation for a second. You ever asked yourself, am I that person? Do I only reach out when I need something? Do I only call certain people when I'm in trouble? Do I disappear when life gets better? Sometimes these conversations ain't just about dealing with other people. They're about evaluating ourselves. See, healthy relationships require reciprocity, not perfection, reciprocity. There'll be seasons when one person gives more than the other. That's life. But over time, the effort should balance out. If one person's giving, always initiating, always checking in, always supporting, eventually they'll get tired. Not because they're selfish, because relationships aren't supposed to be one-sided. Here's something else nobody talk about. Some people distance themselves when they outgrown a relationship. Not because they used you, not because they fake. Life just simply pulled you in different directions. And that's okay. Every ending ain't betrayal. Every goodbye ain't disrespect. Every season ain't permanent. The challenge is knowing the difference between natural distance and intentional convenience. One happens because life changes. The other happens because your usefulness expired. Pay attention to the patterns. Patterns tell the truth. Not one missed phone call, not one canceled plan. Patterns. See, consistency reveals character. If someone only appears when they need something, that's a pattern. If someone disappears when you need support, that's also a pattern. If someone celebrates themselves but ignores your victories, that's a pattern. Don't ignore patterns just because you like a person. At the same time, don't become bitter. One disappointing relationship shouldn't make you suspicious of everyone else. Keep your heart open, just keep your eyes open too. See, life has a way of revealing people over time. You don't gotta force it, you don't have to investigate, and you definitely don't have to expose anyone. Just pay attention. And over time, people will eventually tell you who they are, who they really are. I know that from experience. Sometimes with their words, but most often with their consistency. So if someone no longer needs you and they disappear, don't chase them. Don't beg for their attention. Don't try to convince somebody to value your presence. Respect the lesson, appreciate the clarity, and keep it moving. Because every person who walks away creates space for somebody who's willing to walk beside you. Not because of what you can give them, but because they genuinely value who you are. And at the end of the day, the strongest relationships ain't built during seasons of need. They built during seasons of choice. When someone don't have to call you, but they do. When someone ain't got to support you, but they do. When someone ain't got to stay, but they choose to. That's loyalty. That's friendship. That's love. Those are the relationships that's worth investing in. Think about that.
I don't know what you're waiting on. Sitting by the corner, looking at your smart TV. Your laptop or computer or whatever you use. Just go over to YouTube, please.